Welcome everyone to Warren County Fiscal Court, Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. Great to have everyone here. We've got a great crowd with us. So we're going to start off, as we always do, with an invocation from Jacob Brumley, who's the pastor of Local Impact Missions Living Hope Baptist Church, and that'll be followed by the pledge to the flag by Squire Eric Aldridge. Pastor Brumley.
All right, well, let us pray together. Father, we're entering a season of our year where our country slows down and we think about what we are thankful for. And so, Father, first, I just want to thank you for the blessings that you continuously provide on us each and every day. We thank you for the blessing of the gift of Christ, who came down to this broken world to live a perfect life, die the death that we deserved, rose again and sits at your right hand ready to return. We're thankful, Lord, that you continuously look after us. You provide us with our daily needs. And Lord, I am personally thankful for Warren County, a place that I call home. And Lord, I pray that you would just continue to watch over our people, continue to bless them. Lord, I'm thankful for these wonderful people here today that have been elected and charged to govern and lead our county. And so, Father, I pray for them today, for clear minds, for wisdom, for good judgment, as they continue to do such a wonderful job. So, Lord, we praise you, for you are worthy of praise. It's in Jesus' name that I pray. Amen.
Amen.
If you'll join me and face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, clerk, please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Here.
Esquire Williams.
Here.
Esquire McWhorter.
Here.
Esquire Lawrence.
Here.
Esquire Aldridge.
Here.
Esquire Lasley.
Here.
All right, first item is approve the minutes of the fiscal court meeting on November 9th, 2023. So motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Lawrence. Any corrections for that? If not, please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 5 is approve the personnel changes for Warren County.
Motion.
Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Lawrence. Questions or discussion? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 6, approve the work schedule for the Warren County Road Department. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
All right, this time we've got a presentation to make, a couple of those. But right now, I'm going to ask Miss Susan Throneberry, who's the president of the Garden Club of Kentucky, to come forward to give us a presentation about a Blue Star program. Ms. Throneberry.
Judge Gorman, magistrates, and those in attendance, good morning. The Blue Star program honors all men and women that serve in the United States Armed Services. This program began with the planting of 8,000 dogwood trees by the New Jersey Council of Garden Clubs in 1944 as a living memorial to veterans of World War II. In 1945, the National Council of State Garden Clubs, now National Garden Club Incorporated, adopted this program and began a Blue Star highway system that covers thousands of miles across the continental United States, Alaska, and Hawaii. Blue Star Memorial Highway markers were placed along the way. The Blue Star was adopted because it's become an icon in World War II and was seen on flags and banners in homes for sons and daughters away at war and in churches and businesses. With the addition of the Blue Star Memorial Marker, we see today a program that has expanded to include all men and women who have served, were serving, or would serve in the armed services of the United States. The Blue Star Memorial Program has been in existence through the Garden Club movement for more than 78 years. This program has been active all through the years to the present, a fitting tribute to our armed forces and especially now. Garden Club Incorporated is committed to placing Blue Star memorial markers on our highways, veterans facilities, civic areas, national cemeteries, and parks. Only national garden clubs, of which Two Creeks Garden Club is a member, can place the markers in honor of our nation's armed forces. In November of 2019, a marker was dedicated at Fillmore with the support and cooperation of Judge Buchanan, Fiscal Court, Warren County Parks and Recreation, Chris Cummer, and many private donations. That marker was priced at $1,530 in 2019. This year, guess what? The price increased to $1,995, but on January 1st, 2024, it'll go up again to $2,350. That's why I come with you with some urgency today. I come today as a representative of Two Creeks Garden Club and as the president of the Garden Club of Kentucky Incorporated to ask for sponsorship of a Blue Star marker for Ephraim White and Michael Buchanan Parks to join the existing marker at Fillmore Park. I have donation envelopes and a folder with more information to distribute to those interested in contributing. Are there any questions?
Well, I know Ronald Squire Cummings will pass those envelopes out that you have brought to all those. I think it's a great program, Ms. Thorne, and you've got some guests with you today. We're always happy to have Ms. Jo Jean Scott here, someone's been involved with the Garden Club for many years. I won't reveal how many years, but needless to say, one of the things about this Garden Club and Ms. Throneberry, but also Ms. Scott and Ms. X, the things that you have done behind the scenes to make our community more aesthetically pleasing. Untold generations are thankful for the efforts that you do, and we really do appreciate it. It's a great honor, Ms. Scott, for you to be here with us today. The Blue Star plaque that we have out at Fillmore Park, if you've never seen it, it's a beautiful park. This is not just a regular plaque or something, it's a bronze marker out there. I hope everyone has seen, you'll notice that the flags on I-65, if you haven't been up there, they're there for a reason. We want to ensure that this community understands that, and I would love for this to be the friendliest veteran community in America. And so it is an important part of our history and an important part of this community. This county, named for General Warren, and if you look at the historic things that he did for this country as well. So our heritage is with veterans. And so thanks to the Garden Club and the things that they're doing to do this. And so we are very interested in that. We're going to make sure our social media does that. We'd love the community to get involved to see if we can place these two additional markers, one at Ephraim White and one at Buchanan Park. They will be also, with the help of Parks and Recreation Department, they'll be taken care of with the appropriate surroundings with that, and then the Garden Club will maintain that beauty that they have. If you have not been, today and every day would be a great opportunity to go out to Fillmore Park and see that sign. It's a beautiful sign there indicating that. But it's also a sign to tell the rest of the world that we do care about our veterans, the people that have sacrificed and served this country, especially the Warren counties have done that. So, Mr. Throneberry, thanks for coming. Any questions from the magistrates on that? All right, great. Thank you so very much, and we will definitely get back with you on that. So thank you so much. Okay, we have another presentation to make, and happy to do that today as well. But we're happy to have, before anyone gets up, we're happy to have Stan Reagan here with us today. And Stan's been almost a 28-year employee of Warren County. He's retiring at the end of this year, but he was Warren County's first full-time solid waste coordinator, and understands leadership. There have been many, many changes, obviously, in the last 28 years. If he can think back of his first day on the job till today and the difference that makes of what's happened, it would be something. As many of you have realized, the city of Bowling Green, Stan, I have no idea why, but they, what's the right word I'm going to use, relinquished their role in providing waste collection. So that's been on the county for the disposal of all of that. And again, when you think of the over 70,000 residents of Bowling Green, Kentucky, of the city limits of Bowling Green, Warren County government is in charge of that, and that falls right squarely on Stan's shoulders to ensure that the waste removal is done like that. Back in the day, the city of Bowling Green did run that. I know why they actually gave it up, but they probably were losing $300,000 or more of that per year providing those services. With the role that Stan did with the franchising of the waste haulers and using a percentage of that, it's brought in over approaching $2 million per year to the general fund for the franchise fee for all of our waste haulers and our C&D equipment people as well. For the last 25 years, the franchise has been under a franchise agreement. The first time Warren County's done that, and Stan has overseen that entire thing. One of the things I think is most important that Stan has done, working with the state to get grant funding, is cleaned up almost 1,000 or maybe a little over 1,000 illegal dumps. And we just had a presentation from the Garden Club about the aesthetic beauty of the county and the things that they do on a daily basis. But I think we can all imagine what the aesthetic beauty of the county would look like if we had 1,000 additional illegal dumps, people putting things out there. And to live in the type of community we want to live in, these are the things that you have to do, and some things government has to do. And through Stan's leadership, he was able to clean up, again, over 1,000 dumps in this community in his career. And it's kind of an amazing thing. You know, he's also received almost $1.5 million or more of grant funding from the state of Kentucky to assist in cleaning these up. It makes a difference. Property owners have had their property values increase, their assets increase because of the property owners next to them not being able to dump and things like this. And when you take a look at the impact he's had, it's been really, really amazing. Also, he's also been very, very involved with the litter abatement program, cleaning up the roads, his work with Jailer Harmon and others to continue to clean up. It is an ongoing process that never ends. And so the recycling program, the sanitation program, there's so many of those things he's been involved in. I'm glad to want to introduce a guest with us, former First District Master Doc Kalin's here today. And Doc has been on the Solid Waste Committee for about 25 years, almost as long as Stan's been here, but Stan's outlived him on that. But he's worked with them, and Doc wanted to be here because of his involvement with Stan over the years. I know myself and Ron Cummings, Squire Cummings, served on the committee for the last franchise that went through, and we spent 2 years going through all that and all of the hard work. It is a mountain of paperwork that Stan does on a daily basis with the state to keep us in compliance, and it's one of those things, there's no gray area. You are either in compliance or you're not, and I can promise you none of us want to find out what it happens to be not in compliance. And so to that, this entire county owes a debt of gratitude to Stan Reagan for the work he has done for that. And so we do want to present him with a plaque. Happy to have any other comments. I know Josh Moore is here. Didn't know if Josh needed to say anything.
No pressure.
He's well aware, so he's fine. So.
No, I would want to say, and I'm not going to get into work-related stuff so much as what I appreciate the most about Stan being here as much as the historical perspective that he brings. There have been many things that have come up in the county and issues and people that have called, and you can go to Stan and you can get 28 years of story and history of what's come, and those are things that you just can't easily replace. Mm-hmm. You know, we're going to potentially lose several employees in the next 5 to 10 years that have 20 plus years experience in Warren County, and every time that happens, it's just it's exciting for them to move on, but it's also a little heart-wrenching to know they're not going to be here, you know. And so there's just so much that the people like Stan bring to the table when it comes to advice on what we've done in the past and what we should do in the future, and those are things that we just can't replace. And I'm happy to know that I still have Stan's cell phone number, And if we need to get a hold of Stan, we know where he lives. So that's all. Stan, appreciate it. And,
Yeah.
we're all going to miss you. And I just wish it wasn't happening now, but understand that sometimes it's just that time to go, and we're going to miss you, definitely.
So a great career with Warren County. Stan, why don't you come on forward? We're going to bring you up here, but we do have a small token, and we'll do some things. Stan's not leaving until the end of December, so we'll have some things in December for him. But we do want to present, Fiscal Court wants to present this plaque, and Stan's got family members with him too, but this is for 27 years of service. It's actually more than 27 years to the citizens of Warren County. So Stan Reagan. Stan, you're welcome to say anything, or we'll come up and take a picture, but why don't you come on forward? He's not shy. He'll say
Don't let him
something.
say
Yeah, that's
anything, he
good.
might be here all day.
I was just thinking while I was sitting there, I was looking at everybody on the court today, and the only person I recognized is this girl that was in a Chitlin Time video. But it had not a whole lot of magistrates go through. But it's been a joy to work with every magistrate I've had. Ephraim White from years ago, we probably cleaned up more dump sites in the 5th District than anywhere in the whole county, because the 5th District is basically 2/3 of the county. And it's kind of hard to find these things anymore. We've done a pretty good job of making people aware of that. We haven't gotten to all of those. There's a few that are still out there. But the greatest thing that we found is that when we go in and do this, within a short amount of time, that property that was an eyesore becomes a valuable tax-based resource. Plano, Fairview Farms had a huge dump on it. Ms. Scott is here today. I think she can testify that she actually had a dump at the end of her driveway, and we fortunately caught the guy and got it cleaned up. Somebody came and dumped some wood chips for her. I believe that was about 20, 15 years ago, something like that. So everybody's no stranger to that. But I think Lawrence White, who's coming in, he comes from the dark side, as I call it. He comes from the waste hauler side, so he's got some experience there that's going to be very good for the court. We tried to teach him a few things. The state's going to come down and give some help. It's always good to put a new perspective on things, and things get better. And Josh is here. He kind of knows what we've done, and Amy's got some history there too. So hopefully everything will be well, and you'll see me around. I'm sure I'm not dead yet.
Well, that's right. One thing, Stan was talking about, we should have got a chronological order of how many magistrates you've worked with in 27. That'd have been a lot, wouldn't it?
It's been a lot.
And see, because we have so many new people, they have no idea what that reference to that video was, Stan, about it.
Yes,
And-
we're
and
glad about that,
Amy's
aren't we?
And Amy's happy that no one knows about that, so that's good.
Brett Guthrie announced it at KK.
Oh, okay, so that's right, that's exactly right, so that's great. And I know you have some family members here as well?
It's my wife, Kelly, and my son, Sean. He's my
Yeah.
oldest. My
Yeah.
other son, Kevin,
Kevin.
he's helping people in crisis today. He works at Life Skills in the Adult Crisis Center, and he's watching my video.
Okay, he's been watching my video. So why don't we, I know we've got Harper and Craig from the office and Doc, but if it's okay, we'd like to take a picture up front with the magistrates, if that's okay for Stan, so. Probably does. Yeah. Yeah, that just.
You say no?
All right. Everyone ready? 1, 2, 3. Look beautiful.
She must have cut me out. Do what?
Congratulations, Stan.
Stan didn't let me down. I knew he'd have some good stories, so that's, maybe that was the safest one anyway, as you could tell, so that's good. Thank you, Doc. Have a good one, buddy. All right, we'll continue. We're at item 7, approve second and final reading of ordinance 2367, rezoning property located 2105 Richardsville Road from residential estate to agriculture containing approximately 1 acre and presently owned by Chad E. Chaffin.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Lasley. Discussion or question?
It's unusual to see one go from residential back to agriculture, which is kind of a cool thing.
Correct. Yep. Any other question or discussion? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 8, approve second and final reading of ordinance 2368, rezoning property located 8989 Nashville Road from residential estate to general business containing approximately 4.695 acres and presently owned by Kevin Kerr, care of KL Real Estate, LLC.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Aldridge. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes,
Esquire
ma'am.
Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 9, approve second and final reading of ordinance 2369, rezoning property located at 1771 Hydro Pondsville Road from agriculture to rural residential containing approximately 5.541 acres and presently owned by Rodney Burns. Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Aldridge. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter. Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 10, approve second and final reading of ordinance 2370, rezoning property located at 0 Kelly Road from agriculture to heavy industrial containing approximately 102.37 acres and presently owned by the Intermodal Transportation Authority, Inc., care of Ronald Bunch. Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Aldridge. Questions or discussion? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 11 is approve emergency determination in the amount of $4,202 to Train US Inc. for replacement of an AC air compressor for the Warren County Regional Jail.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Cummings. Any questions or discussion? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter.
ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Items 12, authorize Warren County Jailer to transfer 2 Enterprise Ford Transit 350 vans from the Warren County Jail inventory to the Warren County Sheriff's Office inventory.
So moved.
Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Aldridge. What are we using those for there, Sheriff? Sorry.
Generally used for transport across the state.
Great, thank you. Any other questions or discussion? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 13 is approve the 211 reports for September and October.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Lasley. Question or discussion? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 14 is approve the 2024 fiscal court meeting schedule.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire McWhorter. Question or discussion? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 15 is approve the order for interfund transfer for Warren County. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire McWhorter. Question or discussion? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 16 is approve the Operation Pride funding proposal in the amount of $53,500 for necessary maintenance and repairs of county welcome signs and the cemetery road landscaping.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Williams. I will say some of this cost here was from the December 23rd, 24th last year when we had that intense freeze. We had an awful lot of landscape that was killed, and so we've had to replace that, and that's just a one-time funding for that part of it. Any other discussion, questions? Please call roll.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lastly?
Yes.
Item 17 is approved first reading of ordinance 2371, rezoning property located 8775 Nashville Road from residential estate to single-family residential and multifamily residential, containing approximately 10.08 acres and presently owned by Tabos Landing LLC, care of Tay Nguyen. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Lasley. Questions or discussion? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lastly?
Yes.
Item 18 is approved determination in the amount of $9,200 to Sprouse Containers for the purchase of 2 Connex storage shipping containers for Parks and Rec to be used at Basil Griffin Park and Ephraim White Gym. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter?
Yes.
Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lastly?
Yes.
Item 19 is award a bid for Romanza Johnson Park FELOC project to Kentucky Stream Restoration in the amount of $918,000. This is a non-competitive negotiation due to receiving no responsive competitive bids as authorized by KRS 445A.375. Why don't we have Ms. Kohler come forward and talk about that before we make a motion on that.
As you might remember, we bid this project, I think in September, and we opened it with no bids. Part of that was because of timing, or timeline, and just a little bit of the nature of the project. We negotiated with a couple interested groups. One's local, and then 2 others that are specialized in this type of work but aren't local to this area. And after talking to all 3 of them, one decided not to bid, and then we got 2 other proposals from the other 2. So it took a while, but we're finally ready to award the bid to Kentucky Stream. They do this type of work every day. They're based out of Corbin, Kentucky, and we're really excited about it.
Yeah, it's a great project for Romanza Johnson Park out there. If many of you were out there at Fillmore Park on the Drakes Creek side of that restoration we're doing out there, it's an important part of, we continually invest in our waterways in Warren County and the things that we have to do to continue to keep those viable. So it's a great thing for our outdoor people that want to be able to use those, but also a great thing to continue to keep that in working order. And I know Nikki's worked very hard on this project to try to bring that to conclusion, and we're happy to have a contractor we feel comfortable with doing that. So, all right, we good.
Just funding, just where, does it come out of general fund, or is it coming out of stormwater fund, or we just?
It's coming out of neither. It's part of our fee in lieu of construction fund. So it's part of our post-construction option. Developments that are over an acre are required to do a post-construction plan, or they can do the FELOC option, which is a fee based on, acreage and things like that. Okay. And right now we have almost $800,000 in that fund currently, and in the next 2 weeks, I think we're getting another $100,000. So it's constantly growing, and that's what we use for the Fillmore project as well.
Okay. Yep. Great question. So that FELOC is a great opportunity for the people we're dealing with to pay for those, and it's a great use of those funds as well. Any questions? All right, we get a motion on that.
So moved.
Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Aldridge. Discussion or question? Other questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams?
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lastly?
Yes.
All right, item 20 is approved determination amount of $2,700 to the Center for Evidence-Based Programming for the Keep a Clear Mind curriculum license for the Save Our Kids Coalition, Inc. This is paid for by the ASAP grant at no cost to Warren County.
So moved.
Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
All right, item 21, approve the October 2023 Treasurer's Report. Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Williams. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Item 22 is approve the budget transfers for Warren County.
Motion.
Motion by Squire Aldridge, second by Squire Williams. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
Then will the treasurer please report the claims?
General Fund, $806,185. Road Fund, $89,531. Jail Fund, $579,331. Stormwater Fund, $56,720. ARPA Grant Fund, $64,704. E911 Fund, $12,808. And TIF Fund, $243,560. Be able to answer any questions.
Motion to pay the claims.
Motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Aldridge. Question or discussion? Please call the roll.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Williams.
Yes.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Aldridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lasley.
Yes.
All right, Sheriff Hightower.
A couple things. One is, I just wanted to thank Jailer Harmon for them notifying us and letting us have these two transport vehicles. Ours has well over 100,000 miles on it, having some issues, so it's really just perfect timing. And like I say, in 2019, we did about 400 in-state transports. Last year, we did 1,300. So just every day, we're moving multiple people across the state, so we really do appreciate that. And then I just wanted to remind everybody about the taxes. Today's 21st, and like I say, 2% discount will still be in effect through the 30th of this month. So if somebody is going to mail it, make sure it's postmarked by the 30th, or they can always, they say, pay online, drop it off here in the drop-off box, bring it in, or mail it in. So any of those ways, but everything is going well, and everything seems to be fine. So December would be the face amount, no discount, and then we go into penalty in January and February.
Great.
So happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and pending any questions, that's all I have.
Thank you, Sheriff. Ms. Yates.
Just like to wish everyone a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Jailer Harmon.
Judge, we've got one announcement. Toys for Tots and the Marine Corps League will have their Handed to a Hero toy drive this Saturday from 10 to 2 at Walmart on Campbell Lane. It's their biggest toy drive and one of their large fundraisers for folks that donate money. So definitely come out and buy a toy and hand it to a Marine or a local responder, fireman, sheriff's deputy, trooper, jail deputies there, EMS. It's a big event, so come out and either give some money or buy some toys.
Great, Jailer. That's the Walmart on Morgantown Road? What'd you say? I'm not paying attention. Good, Campbell Lane's good. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Comer?
Thank you, Judge. Thanks, good.
Yes, so indeed. Mr. Moore? Thank you. Nikki? I noticed you're logoed up today, so I figured you had something to say.
So the ice rink opened on Saturday, and this afternoon we have a ribbon cutting at 3. We would love for all of you to join. We had the biggest opening day we've ever had, which is saying something for the 7th year that we've done it. So usually things taper off after that long, but not this year. So we're very, very excited about that. We're open 72 days this year, which is a lot more than we've done in the past. And almost all of those days, we have some activity or another. Some group is coming or some event with a league. The curling league this year has 16 teams, which is maxed out. That's all you can have. We had to turn a couple people away, which is why we're doing a January season. The first time we did it in 2019, there were 4 teams. So we have come a long way on one of the strangest sports you will ever see. But it is very, very fun. We were out there last night. Yeah, and it's a good time. So we will have a great season, and we're very excited about it. And we would love to see you guys out there today. So thank you for all your support. And I just want to give a really big thanks. I'm usually the face of the ice rink, but I by no means do all of the work. Leah Sperling with the Parks Department, Ryan Patty with the Parks Department, Sarah Bessinger is a huge part, and the girls at the Sophie Marketplace, Sarah Klein, Ginger Knight, and then the public library does a lot of our events, and we cannot do it without them, Warbeth and Emily, so, and all their crew. So appreciate everybody's hard work on this. It is a lot of work. It is exhausting for a very short period of time, but we know that the community loves it, and that's why we do it. So thank you all for your support, and we'll hope to see you later.
Awesome. We'll see you out there 3. I think it's an extremely important quality of life initiative that the court has done, and very proud of it. So we're looking forward to that. So thank you for all the hard work, Nikki. Hello, Holly Warren. You know what? We were gonna hold it up for you, but then decided to keep rolling. So that's good. So thank you. Everything good in your world, I'm sure. All right, Mr. Pearson. I hope so as well. So I see Mr. Loving on here. Tommy.
Thank you, Judge, and all I have to say is hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving and a safe.
Yep. Want to congratulate you again. Tommy had his team made up of, at the Drug Task Force, made up of people from Western Sheriff's Department, City Police, plus others, State Police. It is a reality, but they took almost 3,000 fentanyl pills off the streets of Warren County here last week, and they are diligently looking all the time for that to keep our community from the scourge of drugs. And so, Tommy, thanks again for all that hard work on that.
Thank you, and as you pointed out, all our detectives deserve the credit. We've got a great bunch here, and they work hard day in and day out.
Yep, great, thank you. Mr. Peterson?
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Mr. Markram?
Thank you, Judge. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, doing a fine job with the renovations. I hope people are seeing that. We've made a few changes up here. We're almost get it knocked out here soon for sure. Squire McWhirter?
Just happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Great, thank you. Squire Aldridge?
Yes, I'd like to remind everybody or let you know about the Richardsville Christmas Parade, which will be Sunday, December the 3rd at 2:30. This year's parade is in memory of Mr. Jerry Young. If any of the county officials or any entities would like to participate in the parade, they'll be assembling at the Richardsville Community Center at 2 o'clock, and then the parade will commence at 2:30.
They have to have their own vehicle, or can they just jump on that Aldridge family bandwagon that you have out
You
there?
can jump on the family bandwagon if you
Okay,
would like.
that's good.
My family will be out of town, so I would very much
you need some riders.
Yeah, I need some riders, and I'm thinking maybe if all the magistrates want to do that, then we can dress up in the nativity scene. So I'll do a sign-up sheet.
There are so many things I could say right now, and
We can have the wise men. I mean, there's a lot of things I really could put this together if I have support among the court. And we can divvy out the parts right now if we would like.
we'll get back to you on that about the.
Okay.
There was like donkeys as well in there too, so we'll have to do this thing. But that's good. Okay. Well, thank you, Squire Aldridge. We'll get back. All right, Squire Cummings.
I got a couple of things. First of all, last week we missed Squire Aldridge's birthday. He was kind of shy, being his first year in office and so forth. Didn't want to share when his birthday was, and he definitely didn't want us to sing to him. So, happy birthday last week to Eric.
Happy birthday, Eric. That's good. Yeah.
There are more important things that go on during my birthday. It is Veterans Day, so we take back seat to our veterans and let they have their day of honor.
Is
They
there a
should have
second?
each.
Let me just say something very quickly. Squire Alders has 8 daughters. Everything in his life takes a back seat. Go ahead, Ron.
Secondly, talked to Tony Payne yesterday. Tony
Yes.
Payne turned 73 yesterday. He was feeling very good, said he misses everybody. Want me to share hellos to everybody. So I want to congratulate in advance Nikki and your group. Chris, she's starting to run in packs, so like you do. So I don't know where y'all got that thing is, but she's challenging you now with the packs that she's running through. But I want to wish you well, and I hope that we all come out at 3 o'clock today. And I want to also thank you and decisions about allowing members of Warren County employees for tickets. So I want to say thank you very much. It's a very nice thing to do, and I promise you my 16-year-old son will use all 4 tickets, and we'll be down a lot more than just the 4 times.
That'd be great.
Want to do that. Now, as a challenge, and I'm glad he's talked about his Christmas parade, the Boys Community Christmas Parade is also December the 3rd. The parade itself will be at 3 o'clock. Lineup will start around 2, so we have competing stuff. So if you don't want to be a wise man or want to be something different, not dress up, you can come out and ride with me if you want to in the Boys Community Parade. It's always a big time talking about, they raise money for Toys for Tot, ties into what Jailer Harmon was talking about. That's their big fundraiser too. And if you've never been to one, it is a free-for-all with candy and a large time, so I invite anybody who wants to come out for that. And then last but not least, obviously we're in that season of Thanksgiving. I want to be thanks for everybody in my life and the people who've, and for all you all that have a safe and happy and blessed Thanksgiving Day, and enjoy it with your family. And if somebody's out there who doesn't have anyone to eat with or whatever, call me and I'll figure out a place for you to come join me for Thanksgiving dinner. So.
Great. Thanks, Squire Cummings. Squire Williams.
Thank you, Judge. I want to echo the happy Thanksgiving wishes to everyone. I think that's important, that we're always thankful for the many blessings that we have here in this community. Along with that, too, I want to wish the Bowling Green High School Purples continued success. They'll have a couple of games before we meet again. I hope they have a couple of games. They're hosting Owensboro this Friday night in the semifinals, and if they win that game, they will go to Kroger Field and play for the state championship in the first Saturday in December. So, good luck, Purples. And I understand the cheerleading squad is doing very well too. They're moving on into further competition. So, wish all the young athletes well.
That's great. Yep. Squire Lawrence.
Yes, Judge, I just wanted to bring one thing to light. The Soki Fair Board had a small homeless encampment set up, unbeknownst to them at the Soki Fairgrounds. And Jim Maroney and the sheriff, they worked together with the Soki Fair Board. Jim, I think you're the president of the Fair Board, is that correct? To find help for those people, find them places to live, to get them. It's this time of year where it's starting to get really cold and it's rough out there. And I'd just like to commend the sheriff for the hard work he did out there on that. And also, I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and everything.
Right.
If I could add that, when we had that encampment, we were unaware that that encampment was there. We get a letter from the city. I go down to the city. They're unable to deal with the homeless problem. I call the sheriff. Sheriff comes up there, give me 30 minutes. 20 minutes later, he calls me. His program that he has set up is set up with life skills. A captain, a sergeant, 2 other deputies show up with the life skills representative. We get that all straightened out, and we actually found these people actual homes. The county has the plan, the city is lacking. Just saying, those little blue signs in front of Taco Bell doesn't work. And I'd like to commend the sheriff on his job in his department.
Thank you, Jim. Absolutely. Well, we want to make things happen. That's good. Thank you, Sheriff, for that as well. Squire Lasley.
Well, I'd like to join everybody in wishing folks a happy Thanksgiving. And this is also a great season to extend kindness. Well, it's a great time of thanks and celebration for many of us. There's a lot of folks that also go through a lot at this time, and so there is no better season. It's great to extend kindness throughout the year, but certainly a lot of folks need a little extra dose this time of year. The other thing is starting Monday, November 27th, there's a community celebration really all week of where we start gearing up for Christmas. Culminates in the lighting up downtown Bowling Green. The courthouse will be lit up. And then the J.C.'s Christmas Parade on December 2nd.
Yes, indeed. Great, thank you. Mr. Treasurer?
Judge, thank you. I just also want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. County Attorney Milliken?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Ms. Cummings?
Thank you.
Oh, good, it's fine.
Yeah.
Deputy Judge Downing?
Just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Couple
I
of
have one
announcements.
last thing. I passed on, it was my turn because I thought it was kind of appropriate to bring it up at one time at the end, not interfere with anybody else's announcements. But I have something here that's kind of special. I have a placard that says Amy Milliken, KCO President, and it's been autographed by Ms. Milliken. I put it up on eBay yesterday, try to see what I could get for it, and after getting up to a high bid of $7.67, I thought it'd be more appropriate to come here today and to present it to her in front of everybody because she did an amazing job last year as KCO President and representing Warren County. And I was honored to be up at the dinner last week and was very thankful that she's from my county. And just want to give this back to her and also maybe get a picture of something to commemorate her year as president of KCO. So.
Well, we might as well take a picture. Let me just say very quickly, thank you for that, Squire Cummings. We did, so it's a great honor for the county for Amy last year was the president of the Kentucky Association of Counties, so 120 counties, but so not only is it an extreme time commitment, and she still has a lot of commitments, but that commitment itself, when you're the president of KCO, you're also on the National Association of Counties board, and so she 4 or 5 or 6 out-of-town meetings with that board, let alone all the things she had to do with KCO, and it is very intensive. And so, you know, Amy sends an email to me at 11:30 at night from her office, knowing she has to work and do all those things to get that done. But what I would like to commend her on, she gave a speech last week at the KCO conference, finishing up her thing, and it was a speech of hope and of pride in counties and how they operate in our state and the great commonwealth that we live in. But it was a proud day for each of us that was up there in attendance, and really a fantastic job, Amy. It was a heartfelt speech. Anytime you're speaking, if you can speak from the heart, you're always going to do a lot better, and she did that, and it's an honor. And the amount of people that I know around the state, and I go to those meetings, and the other magistrates and judges and other things like that, they all have the same thing. We're how fortunate and blessed we are to have Amy Milliken represent our county, Warren County, but also to be a representative of KCO. So again, congratulations, Amy, for a great year. And sure, I mean, you saved Chloe $7.76. Didn't have to buy this thing, so that's fine. We can we'll take a quick picture. That's fine. So.
Can Greg get in too, because we're never in the picture, so we're all excited.
He's in there. Okay. Ready, 1, 2, 3. How do you get close up? All right, everyone's getting their exercise. Okay, before we leave today, just a couple quick announcements. Again, today at 3 p.m., a ribbon cutting at the Soki Marketplace for our ice rink. It's a fantastic thing. They've got the
I'll say the Pinnacle Financial Festival of Trees over there, you can vote in those trees. They've got new additions there. It is a fantastic thing for our community. You don't even have to ice skate. You can go over there and just enjoy some hot chocolate and see the things, but please come out today at 3 o'clock to do that. Our Christmas open house for Warren County is Friday, December 1st, right here from 2 to 4. We'd love to have everyone up here to enjoy that kickoff to the season. And at 4:30 that day, right out front, we are going to have a lighting ceremony for the courthouse and also for the Justice Center. And so you'll be able to see the Justice Center from out front, and then we'll light the courthouse. It will be a great ceremony. I think people will be pretty impressed with how the courthouse is going to look for Christmas this year. We're kind of excited about it. We're going to dress that up appropriately. This building needs to be taken care of, and we're going to continue to do that. And there's probably other things I would like to say to everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. I think anytime that you have anything, you should always remember your history. And 134 people came over on those boats that left England because they were being persecuted for religious reasons. They wanted to have the freedom to celebrate how they wanted to come to a new country, landed at Plymouth Rock. If anyone here has ever been to the Northeast, of all the places to land, that would be about the last place in America you'd want to land, especially in the wintertime. An insane weather condition at the north up there. They got there. 52 people out of those 134 made it to the first, so it's the following summer, the first Thanksgiving. And there was 4 married women, several other younger women, and they started this country. And then along with 90 Indians that were there that taught them how to farm, how to plant things, how to raise produce for themselves so they could feed themselves and harvest. And they had that first Thanksgiving. And I think we take so many things for granted in this country, and the freedoms that we have, and the ability to celebrate Thanksgiving or not celebrate Thanksgiving. But what a great time for us all to look at the things that we have and the loved ones that we have around us, and be thankful for what God's providence has done upon this entire county, this entire Commonwealth, and this entire country. So I hope everyone has a blessed Thanksgiving week and enjoy your time off. With that, we have a motion to adjourn. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Lawrence. We are adjourned.